So she's out doing interviews or interview?
Yeah,
or
she
what?
did an exclusive last night with Mark Cuban.
Exclusive.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I
Wait.
don't. No.
No, it's not Mark Cuban?
It's Mark Cuban's twin brother, Rachel Maddow. That's who you're referring to.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay. And here's some of what she had to say.
Right now we are dealing with, as I called him at my speech on the ellipse, a tyrant. We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now in Donald Trump.
No, that's not.
There you go. Trump's a dictator.
Good one, Kamala.
He's a dictator.
He's such a dictator that he fired Jimmy Kimmel. And such a dictator that he's back on tonight.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
That's how dictatorial
So
he
he
is
rehired him.
right there.
I see.
So he rehired him, yes.
And there was more.
President to say that he couldn't be on the ticket effectively because he was gay.
Pete Buttigieg.
It's hard to hear.
No, that's not what I said.
Uh-oh.
That's
yes, you did say that.
He couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay.
What'd you
My
say?
point,
Is-
as I write in the book, is that
Is that
I was clear that
This is so
in
clear.
107 days, in one of the most hotly contested elections for president of the United States, against someone like Donald Trump, who knows no floor, to be a black woman running for president of the United States and as a vice presidential running mate,
yeah.
a gay man,
What would happen?
with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk.
Why?
Huh.
Why?
No matter how, I've been an advocate and
The
an
hell?
ally
Nobody knows.
of the LGBT community my entire life.
to
So
say-
it wasn't
to say the
about,
least.
right. So it wasn't about any prejudice on my part, but
No.
Whose
no, of course
part
not.
then?
we had such a
Calculation, though.
short period of time,
So?
And?
and the stakes were so high.
You said that.
I think
Right.
Pete
You think, Pete?
is a phenomenal public servant.
For one of those gays.
Right.
And I think America is and
Is-
would be ready for that.
Okay. But
But when I had to make that decision with 2
no.
weeks to go,
Yeah?
what happened?
What?
and maybe I was being too cautious.
Okay, so it's you.
I'll let our friends.
What the hell?
We should all talk about that. Maybe I was.
So it's you.
This doesn't make any sense.
But that's the decision
Sorry.
I made, and I,
Yeah.
as with everything else in the
Still
book, I'm
don't
being very
understand why
candid
you made
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
With
This
a
is
great deal
garbage,
of sadness about also the fact
You're sad that you couldn't
that
choose
it
a
might
gay
have been a
guy.
risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was-
Will you consider running in 2028?
That's not my focus right now.
That's not her
That's not my
focus. right?
focus.
That's not her focus.
Maybe,
That's not her
maybe
focus.
focus on not being a homophobe.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Holy crap. Wait, so you had
That's a long way to the well to get to. Yeah, I just couldn't pick the gay guy.
you had no confidence in Democrats that they would vote for you if you chose a gay guy to run with
Right.
you? I don't understand, because that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
Those were the stakes, right?
Yes.
So Democrats wouldn't vote for you because you had a gay guy on the ticket.
That's the choice you made.
You
That's
asked
the
them
choice
already.
You made.
Right. You've already asked them to vote for a black woman.
crap.
Now asking them to also vote for a gay man
That's
with
too
the
much.
black woman is too much,
much,
for these
Pat.
Democrat
Too
voters.
much.
Because Trump has nothing to do with it.
Right.
They're not going to vote for you either way. I don't care who your running mate was. No Republican was voting for you.
She is so
Thank you.
stupid.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so
That's
deflecting
crazy.
to, well, look, I couldn't pick Pete Buttigieg. He's a gay man because I was running against Donald Trump. And then Donald
What does
Trump
that have
would
to do
make
with
fun
it?
of him. Well, then that
No.
would give you a perfect opportunity,
Yeah.
if that were true, then to stand up for him and show that you're just so awesome, Kamala. Man, she sucks.
By the way, the number one gay in the country, as we've mentioned, king of the gays right now,
Head of the gays,
is
yep.
Scott
Head of the gays.
Besant.
Yes.
He's
Right.
the king of
He's
the
the
gays.
guy.
And it was Donald Trump who installed him in that position.
Is he the king or just the head of the
I
gay?
think
the
he's
head
just
of the gays.
You know,
Yeah,
how kings in
king might be
America.
too
Come on
strong.
now.
Yeah.
He's the head of the
I
gays.
mean, we only have one
Yeah.
king, and it's Donald Trump.
Thank
I've
you.
learned. ABC
Thank
has made
you.
it clear.
My gosh, that's convoluted and bizarre.
Just
Very bizarre.
So pathetic. What else we got here?
But she's an ally. Don't forget, she's an ally.
She's an ally.
of LGBT.
Right. Okay, here's what else she had to say.
Okay.
She is terrible.
Oh,
As a sort of
Mamdani?
talent spotter in the Democratic Party,
Yeah.
what do you think of him and his candidacy? And what do you think of mainline Democratic shyness and agitation about the prospect that he's going to win?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee and he should be supported.
Wow.
Do you endorse his candidacy?
I support the Democrat in the race, sure. But let me just say this.
But he's not a Democrat. That's the problem.
He's not the only star. I know that, he's
talking
in New
about
York,
Zoran
and I know New
Mamdani.
Yorkers think they're the center of the world, and here we are in New York
Gotta
having
be
this
kidding me.
interview.
It is the biggest city in the
And
country.
I love
I'm
New
just
York,
saying.
as the saying goes. I really do. But, I mean, there are people like Barbara Drummond in
love
Mobile,
New York.
Alabama.
Okay.
Helena Moreno in New Orleans.
I love
They're all running for
Helena
mayor,
Moreno.
too, and they are stars.
Uh-huh.
So I hope that we don't
They're
so
stars.
over-index on New York City that we lose sight of the stars throughout our country who are right now running for mayor and many other offices, governor, and so on. So
And so on.
that's
Okay.
where I am. We got a big tent.
They got a big tent.
And
It includes
we got a lot of
communists,
stars.
socialists.
2026 is
Marxists,
shaping up to be an election
Islamists.
that is going to be filled with Democratic primaries, though.
Okay.
Okay.
These people just don't make any sense.
So the question was, do you support Zoran Mamdani for New York City mayor?
She gets asked again.
Quote, he's the nominee. Sure, end quote. Boy, run and put that on a flyer there, Zoran.
But Rachel, Mark Cuban was not ready to let that go because she asked again.
Okay.
The fastest rising star right now in Democratic politics is Zoran Mamdani, who is going to be elected mayor of New York City, and probably in a landslide if the polls are anything to go by. Lots of mainline Democrats have been very shy about his candidacy. They seem
I wonder
somewhat
why.
flummoxed by his success.
Pause it for a sec. The guy's a communist.
Yeah.
He's an admitted socialist. He's really communist in nature. And that should be kind of an indication why Democrats wouldn't be voting for him or supporting him, endorsing him. If you're an actual Democrat, why would you support this guy?
Right.
He's not a Democrat. He's an admitted socialist, at least.
Which many kids
And-
make the case that that's your Democrat now.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, is the Islamism weaved into everyone? I don't think so. Not yet, but
Not
it's there.
Not rank
It's
and
pretty
file
close,
Democrats. But people like Kamala Harris don't care. She doesn't
No, it's a
care.
big tent.
It's a big tent. It's a room for all kinds. Islamists, communists, socialists,
All kinds.
Marxists of all stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People who hate America, people who want to fundamentally change America.
Look, they're going to kill those people first before they get to me. So it's a big tent.
Yeah. Jeez. All right, let her finish.
Success as a sort of talent spotter in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
What do you
Sort of
think of him
talent
and
spotter.
his candidacy? And what do you think of mainline Democratic shyness and agitation about the prospect that he's going to win?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee and he should be supported.
But do you endorse him?
Do you endorse his candidacy?
Passing on.
I support the Democrat
this
in the race. Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. There it is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wow. I mean, is that a powerful endorsement? No, but it shouldn't be an endorsement at all.
Right.
She should be behind, I don't know, at least Cuomo, right? She should, at the very least, be behind Cuomo.
Yeah. Well, he's
Andrew
running as
Cuomo
an
is the guy
independent, right?
who is the real Democrat in this, but he's
Agreed.
running as an independent. But everybody knows he's a Democrat. He just didn't win the Democrat primary.
Right.
But you're throwing your weight behind this guy who's an absolute admitted socialist. That's incredible to me. You have no guts at all to stand out and say, no, look, he's not a Democrat. He's not a real Democrat. I don't support him. I support Andrew Cuomo. I mean, that would make sense,
It sure would.
but she doesn't have the guts to do it. She obviously doesn't want to endorse him. She feels like it's necessary to endorse him.
Yeah.
Like she's backed up against the wall and she has to.
Yeah, I would say that your typical Democrat identifies more with Zoran Mamdani than Kamala Harris, and she knows it. And
Oh,
she has
100.
to.
Which is weird, by the way.
100.
but
Exactly,
yeah, it's
exactly.
true.
She is not the head of the Democrat Party. She's not the kingmaker of
No,
the
but she's
Democrat
a
Party.
talent spotter.
Right. You know
She's
who
a talent
is?
spotter.
AOC. is the
Yes.
kingmaker of the Democrat Party
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
And she's wholeheartedly, full-voiced, endorsed.
And she needs that wing of the Democrat Party, as radical as it is. Not necessarily when you're talking about your Overton window of the Democrat Party, it's not that radical. To us, it is. But she needs that support if she has any hopes for 2028 or whatever Rachel Maddow was suggesting, and she knows it, and she certainly can't stick her neck
She's
out
got
yet.
no
She's got to
chance.
try to get these people on board first.
Is this last thing about Mark Kelly? Did she ever address that in this interview?
No. This is her trying to take responsibility for not telling Joe Biden to drop out.
Okay.
Madam Vice President, I have to ask you about the point, the part of your book that has people most upset thus far, which is some of your writing about the decision around the president abandoning his reelection campaign, the timing there and how it was handled. You say in part, page 46, it's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we'd all been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to an individual's ego, an individual's ambition. It should have been more than a personal decision. Whose decision should that have been? How should that decision have been made?
So when I write this, it's because I realize that
Yeah.
I
Hello?
have and had a certain responsibility that I should have followed through on,
And what was that?
which is, and so when I talk about the recklessness,
talk,
as much as
Fisher.
anything, I'm talking about myself.
Hello?
There was so much, as we know, at stake. And as I write, you know,
Lord.
where my head was at the time is that it would come off as being completely self-serving.
If you said to President Biden
If
that
I-
you did not think he should run again.
Yeah. Or even that he should question whether it's a good idea.
Is that an admission that she knew he shouldn't be running?
Sure sounds like
Yes,
it,
it
yeah.
is.
But she stayed quiet.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
And Rachel tried to help her out on that one.
Jeez.
She tried really hard the entire hour, whatever that long. She tried really hard to help.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I want to ask
Are
her,
you telling
who
me that
sent out
Rachel
the tweet?
Maddow had an exclusive with Kamala Harris for the full
Yes.
For the
Kamala
wow,
Harris,
wow, wow.
who tweeted for Joe Biden, especially on that day he dropped out?
Right?
Did they run the tweet by you first?